Hello, Lego over here, and we're back today on F1 2020, and as you can see, we are here at São Paulo in Brazil, and this is for the finale of XRS. This is the championship decider here, and this is a crucial race because this is the finale, and this is what will decide the championship. Going into this race, I'm just 1 point behind my championship rival, Formula 125, and Alfa Romeo is currently in the lead of the Constructors' Championship. But still, we could lose out on both of those, so it's very important that we perform well today. But we're here in qualifying right now, and you just saw us complete a banker lap on the mediums. It was a 7.5, which is a second off of my PB on softs. So we're out on our final lap, our final completed lap in qualifying here. We're on the soft tire, exiting turn 3, just hug the inside line to gain time, and then turn 4, use the inside curb as well as all of the exit curb, and through turn 5, stick to the inside and then drift out wide. Through this fast right-hander, use the inside curb. You can see we did miss a bit of the apex there because we did end up locking up there. But exiting this corner then, using the exit curb and through here, exiting this corner, and now through this flat out right-hander, heading into the final braking zone of the lap. We didn't use enough of the track. There was definitely a lot more of the track there that we could have used on the right, and that has lost us time. Despite that, it is still 2 purple sectors. We're 7/10 up on the time. It's a 106.8. My PB is a 0.5, so still lots of time in it, but not bad. And you can see that that is enough for pole, which is crucial because pole position is an extra 3 points. But we're here in the race now, starting the formation lap, now lining up on the grid here for the finale of XRS. It's 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights here. It's lights out, and let's go racing for the final time in this season. And me and Formula 125 get a pretty even start. He goes down the inside, so we have to leave him the space, but we've made contact. Formula 125 has spun round. He's into the wall. Yellow flags there. Formula 125 has dropped back massively on the start. This is crucial for our championship fight. This is a huge turning point in the championship because Formula 125 has made a crucial mistake here, and we're about to see his POV of the start here. You can see going into turn 1, he takes a lot of the inside curb. He takes a very tight line and just ends up understeering into our car and hitting the wall, giving himself a red front wing. So that is really unfortunate for Formula 125, but that's very good for our championship fight, as our championship rival now has damage and is way down the field on this first lap, and we just have to try and pull away as much as possible while we can, while he is damaged. Now heading into the final braking zone of the lap, and for now we just have to try and keep a comfortable gap in the lead here. You can see 1.4 seconds behind to Mickey Man, and I'm just going to say right now that this was a pretty uneventful race from this point onwards. And when I say that, I'm not joking, because we're just going to cut on lap after lap here. Not much happened at all here, except for this. We got 1 warning, and that was the only warning I got the entire race. But we're just going to cut lap after lap here. You can see lap 5, and just lap after lap, we're increasing the gap steadily, keeping it consistent, setting personal best, fastest laps. Not every lap we're improving, but we are still keeping consistent with our personal bests. And you can see that the pit window is now open, but we're planning to pit on lap 18 of this race. So, planning to do half the race on the softs and half the race on the mediums as an easy one-stop strategy here, as tire wear isn't much of an issue. But you can see we're on lap 13 right now. I'm showing this lap because this was the fastest lap of my first stint. Heading through turn 4, using the inside curb, not using too much of the exit curb as there's no need to take that risk. And now heading into this right-hander, using the inside curb. Get a bit of understeer, but we still take it pretty nicely through here. And now into this left-hander, which is quite tricky. and we do take it pretty nicely. We'd use a good amount of that exit curb, and through here it's very easy to lock up, as you can see we just did there, but heading through the flat out left-hander and now into the final braking zone of the lap and exiting now onto the straight. If you want pure lap time, you just want to hug the inside line to gain maximum amount of time here. That's exactly what we're doing. And now crossing the line, and it is a 1 minute 9.9, and that was the fastest lap of my first stint here. And we're just cutting on lap after lap. As you can see, everyone behind has now made their pit stop, but we're stretching it to go long on these tires, which is why the gap is so big, because we haven't made our pit stop yet. But on lap 18 of this race now, and this is when we plan to make our pit stop. Like I said, we did half of the race on the soft, so we should easily be able to do half of the race on the medium tire. As you can see, we're just confirming to box this lap. Now cutting onto the end of that same lap, and you can see we are entering the pit lane here to make our one and only planned stop, and making sure not to speed into the pit lane. Now heading down pit road, and soon enough pulling into our pit box, as you can see here. And we're going to change onto the medium tire. 2.6 second pit stop, as it always is in these online races. And now exiting through this tricky pit exit, now heading through the right-hander, and you can see we get very close to the wall there. Luckily no damage. I think I actually did brush the wall with my tire, so got a little too close for comfort there, but luckily nothing bad resulted from it. Now heading through turn 4, and we're just going to try and do the same thing that we did on the first stint, which is be consistent and pull a gap. And you can see we're cutting onto the end of that same lap, our out lap, and this is, I think this is the fastest lap of this second stint that we did here. And you can see we've used nearly 50% of the battery just down the main straight to set up the lap. Heading through turn 1, turn 2, it's important you use a lot of the inside curb, taking it a bit cautiously through there, because there's no need to take the risk. Turn 3, hug the inside line. Head down this straight here, no DRS for us. Purple first sector. For turn 4, use the inside curb and the outside curb. Now turn 5, hug the inside line and then drift out wide. Turn 6, using the inside curb and going through here into this braking zone. We do take it pretty nicely through here. Ideally you want to use the inside curve to help rotate the car. We missed it there, but we still gained time. And now into the braking zone here. We take it quite nicely because we avoid locking up. Now through the flat out left-hander and into the final corner. You can use a lot of that runoff area on the right, because although it may not look like it, it actually has the same amount of grip as the road, funnily enough. It's quite weird, but it does have the same amount of grip. But hug the inside line to finish off your lap, and it's a 1 minute 9.1 here, which is a pretty good race lap on these mediums. And that was the fastest lap of my stint here. And you can see we've cut all the way out to lap 34. When I said this was a pretty uneventful race for us, I wasn't joking here. But you can see that a couple people behind are in the pits for softs, or have just pitted for softs. And you can see we're going to do the exact same thing, because we have a 44-second gap behind us, so we have plenty of room to make a pit stop. And all these guys who are pitting for softs are just going to try and take the fastest lap for just 2 extra points for fun here at the end of the season. So we're going to try and keep the fastest lap with our fresh soft tires that we've just gone on to. So we're now exiting the pit lane. We're going to try and get this fastest lap, as I said, this time leaving plenty of space between us and that barrier on the right, so taking it much safer than we did before. Now exiting the pits, and we're just going to try and keep these tires up to temperature, but we're not going to push on this out lap. We're going to push on the final lap here. As you can see, we're going to start our fastest lap attempt. We actually did a purple second sector on the out lap, which just shows the advantage that these fresh softs have. But heading down the main straight here, using so much of the battery, nearly 50%, nearly 60% of the battery was used on that main straight. Heading through turns 1 and 2, using the curbs perfectly there. Turn 3, hugging the inside line. No DRS. I haven't had DRS at all this entire race. But heading into turn 4, it's a purple first sector, 4/10 up on our previous best already here. Now hugging the inside for turn 5. And now heading into this fast right-hander of turn 6. We clipped the grass slightly, so understeered a little bit, but still took it nicely for the most part. Using the inside curb here and through here, we missed the inside curb, but we still take it very nicely on the exit using all of the curb and the overtake button. Through here, a slight lockup, but still taking it very nicely under braking. Now using more of the overtake actually, through that flat out left-hander, and through the final braking zone, we take it pretty nicely, form the 125 as just set the fastest lap of a 1:08.7, but I think we have gone faster here. Hugging the inside line, the checkered flag waves for the final time in XRS Season 2. We set the fastest lap of a 1:07.7, and we have won the XRS Season 2 Drivers' Championship here. And we have claimed the championship in the Constructors for Alfa Romeo. My teammate Chassis Man unfortunately wasn't able to attend the finale, but still we were able to hold on to the Constructors' Championship. And yeah, overall, a really good season for us because we claimed both championships here. It was close all the way to the finale here, but you can see the race results on screen here. And that's it for this season. It was a great season. We joined round 5 of 13 of this season was our debut race at Monza, and immediately we were on the pace, which we showed with our good performance, our podium P2 on our debut. There were definitely a few races where I did struggle, but we still showed that we had the pace and we had the performance to claim the championship. But guys, that is going to be it for this video, and that's going to be it for this XRS season. I know this was a bit of an uneventful race for the finale, but I still tried to keep it exciting for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it regardless, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as I post F1 content 3 times per week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and thank you all so much for sticking with me throughout this season. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.